Oh, if I turn the mic on. Oh, yeah, how about them Giants? How about them Cowboys? How about them Giants? 2-0 Giants Sunday. We got Mike Lee in his house. We got James Williams always dropping in way early. That's why you gotta love James. That's why he's my brother from another mother. First in, first served. Hit the like button, boys and gals. We got James Williams also saying the 2 for 2. Good morning, chat. Making the coffee, getting ready. Got the coffee already. Got the black rifle already. I'm already cruising with the black rifle. Already got that. We got Mike Lee in his house, all right, saying good morning to you. We got Big Blue Forever saying he's third. Okay. We got Anthony saying, sup, Tim. It's all good. That looks like, is that a Camaro? Looks like a Camaro, Anthony, and your little icon there. We got Lord of Commander Manny saying hello from Port St. Lucie, home of spring training, home of the Mets. Heading to the playoffs. We also got Black Mark Knight saying, I have a bold prediction. Kenny finally scores his first touchdown as a Giant. I'm hoping, because you got Kadarius Toney, who was just downgraded from his hand. It's interesting with Kadarius Toney. He practiced on Thursday, limited practice on Thursday. Friday was a walkthrough, which is basically less than a limited practice. And he was out for the walkthrough. So now he's extremely questionable. Playing on Monday. I got Blackbird. What's up, Blackbird? Yes, that's my car. I like it. I like Camaros. One of my first cars was a used 1983 Camaro Z28. First year of the fuel injection. Big old V8. Loved that car. Loved it. And it was this like cream color with gold trim. It was a limited edition. What's up, Elijah? You the man? I know I'm the man. I try to be the man. Sometimes when you're the man, though, the haters come out and get you. We've gotten more views and more popularity, I guess. But that just means the haters just come out more and more and forth. So, I forgot. I got to put this up. Because you know what? We don't have that. We have to do everything the same thing. Because you know what? I'm not superstitious.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
I'm a little stitious because everything has to be exactly the same way. I've actually been prolonging my cold. Because I've been sick since the Giants won at home on Sunday. So it was a week ago. I got sick on Sunday, but I'm feeling much better. So I'm trying to prolong it, though. Because I got to do everything exactly the same that I did. Kadarius Toney could not participate through the walkthrough. He is something special. He is very something special there, Kadarius Toney. Mike Lee says, oh, category extremely questionable. Tony's talents bring new category to the injury. But at least, like I said, this year, like I said, Kadarius Toney invented his own, or the Giants invented their own phrase for Kadarius Toney. It's not questionable. It's not doubtful. It was always hopeful. We're hopeful he can play. We're hopeful he can play a snap. We also have to worry about Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't believe he's coming. Let's see what the Giants injury report came out a little while ago. Let's get the full status from the New York Giants injury report website. We have Justin Lane is out. Nick McLeod is out. Aaron Robinson is out. Wan'Dale Robinson is out. Leonard Williams is doubtful. Azeez Ojulari is questionable. Kayvon Thibodeaux is questionable. Kadarius Toney is doubtful. On the Cowboys side, you got Diggs. He was out for a non-personal reason. Gallup looks like he was a full participant. Kirst, the safety, did not play. McGovern did not play. Parsons out with an illness, but he looks like he was tweeting about the Michael Jordan flu game. So, we're going to see with that. You got Schultz, their tight end. It looks like he's, like I said, we don't have any of the full report from the Dallas Cowboys and restaurant out and questionable yet. We'll have to keep an eye on that on Sunday. We'll have to keep a look at that. Matthew says, good morning to you and the OBB cult. It's the cult of personality. I love the people in the chats now because we got so many different people that have come into the chats. We're getting a lot more views. We're getting a lot more traction, blah, 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 blah. But when you get that, you also get a lot of the stupidity. You also get some of the dumbest freaking comments that I've ever seen. And sometimes I feel like I need to respond to them. Sometimes I just let them go. Sometimes I have to respond to them because they're just so stupid. And I guess you get that. I guess you got to take the intelligent fans, like the people that watch the show regularly, who not only know the Giants, but know football. And then you got the stupid people who just want to start shit for no apparent reason. And that's why I call them the stupid people. I always laugh. I always say, oops. Oh, I got a crunch bar. I got a crunch bar for later. That's how long the show's going. I needed a crunch bar. What do we got here? Blackbird saying, what's Blackbird saying? At least we get Kayvon and Aziz back. Well, let's hope we get them back. They're questionable. Questionable usually means you play. Doubtful is you don't play. Probable, of course, is you are playing. Out is just you're out. So let's hope they play, and let's hope, and in some regards, we limit their snaps a little bit. I'd say let's put them on a little bit of a pitch count, because, like I said, this is while we are 2-0, this is a snapshot in time. This is not a 10-year career. This is a game. This is a single Monday night game. So we have to have these guys in for the next 10 years. We have to have these guys in for the long haul. So let's just monitor it, because it is, it is a knee injury with Kayvon. So let's just monitor the situation and kind of go from there. Anthony says, oh, snap. Camaros. I love Camaros. Camaros are awesome. We got Matthew. I already said cult of personality. I know your anger. I know your pain. Doubtful every game. He is true. It is true. What is Anthony calling? Anthony's calling something. I'm calling it. Tibbs gets 5 sacks. Well, you know what? Tibbs predicted 17 sacks this year. Predicted a sack a game. So he's missed he's missed 2 games. So he's got to get 3 sacks tomorrow. Doubtful he knows the playbook. Hey-o, it's doubtful he knows the playbook. Good one, Matthew. Good one early. Timer. I love Jeff. What does JM have to say? This will be a game of which defense can create the most turnovers, probably a low-scoring defensive slugfest. I give the nod to the wink. Can't talk today. I'm hoping. I got all the hope and faith in the world. And I love it because people are like, well, you predicted only 3 to 5 wins. And look, they've already won 2. Great. I'm happy. I'm happy, dumbasses. If they win more games and they somehow, by the grace of God, get into the playoffs and they get a home playoff game, I'm going to playoff while your ass is sitting home because I'm a season ticket holder. My brother, Big L, doing L. What's up? Salute to you, Tim. We will look to hand them boys this week. Let's go, OBB. Those that do not know, next week, and not next week. Well, yeah, this would be next week in the Bears game, the Bears home game. Big L, you still going with me? Big L looks like he will be going with me. Hopefully he's going with me. I just want to double check. We got Michael. It's drama. The best gift it is drama. It's the best gift that keeps on coming. I always tell people, read the comments, read the chats, because idiocy is abound. And like one guy said, well, I like these guys that are supposed to be realists because they could say something and then they could be like, and when they're wrong, well, I'm glad I was wrong. And this is why God created morons. Because I've said a million times, when I'm wrong, I admit it. And I say it. We got Honeypot in the house. We got OG Knockout. Oh, he's going to be dropping some beautiful comments. James Williams, that hits that button. Come on, hit that like button, guys. We got 11 likes. Let's go. Let's go. See, even Honeypot says, let's go. Now we got the Blackbird saying, I'm 20. The only good Giant team I saw was 2016. Well, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. Hopefully we can get you a good season. Hopefully we can. What do we got here? What's Big Anthony? Matthew always coming up and saying, the things I'm loving so far is regardless of its deficiencies, they're playing like a team. Where they slack, they're picking up in other areas and closing out games. The best part so far. I agree. But I've said it before, there's a lot of luck involved. Last week, there should have been at least 3 interceptions by Daniel Jones and 2 that probably should have came back for touchdowns. One was the guy just dropped. The linebacker just dropped. I don't know how the hell he dropped it. I'm so glad that he dropped it, but he just dropped it. And I've said it before. He could still be running now. So you know what? Sometimes we haven't had that luck in the last couple of years. So we're bringing that luck back, hopefully. Going to my first Giant game against the Ravens in week 6. Would love to meet if you go. You know what, Anthony? Just for you, I'm going to go. Just for you. I was going to go either way. I'll be there. We're going to be in the red lot, hanging out. I don't know who I'm going to take to the Ravens game. What I'm doing is I'm trying to with the season tickets, I felt it would be fun if like each week that I go, that I take a different subscriber. So I thought that would be fun. We got Big L saying, yeah, I'm going to be there. He's there. All right. He's there. So you know what? On the Bears game, it's going to be me. I missed the last game, but I gave the ticket to James. I gave both tickets to James for his birthday. But I'm going next week on the Bears on Sunday. It'll be me and Big L hanging out. Come see us in the parking lot. We're going to be in the red lot. I think I'm going to barbecue this time. Thinking I'm getting there early and barbecuing. Does Kenny G get more than 5 snaps? He better get more than 5 snaps. I've said this before. You got wrong way David Sills. You got Richie James, who I don't fault Richie James for what he is, because he is what he is. He is a 5'8" wide receiver that's been in the league for almost 5 years. He's going to return some kicks for you. He's going to get you some yards. But when our leading receiver only has 50 yards, or it's averaging 50 yards a game, and if you take a look at the first game, and someone actually a bunch of people pointed this out to me in that first game, the majority of his yards that first week all came on 3rd and long. And we did not get first downs. They all came on 3rd and long. I did not know that. A bunch of people pointed that out to me. A win is a win, luck or not. Luck sometimes has a lot to do with it. That's why the football's shaped the way it is, because you get those fun bounces. As long as we keep it in the L, I agree, Anthony. As long as it's not an L-con, we're good. I agree. And I've said it before. I love this one. Hey, remember I said we could win 8 games, and I have a Michigan tattoo online? We put the ball on the tables into the cult. Those that do not know, if we win a certain amount of games or if we make the playoffs, James Williams is getting a Michigan tattoo. T-Brat is is cutting off his dreads, and I'm going to get cornrows. Stay tuned for that show. What's Anthony saying? Anthony's laughing. He's having a good time. My only concern is Daniel. Everyone's concern should be Daniel Jones. It should be everyone's concern. Because I love the people that will share, well, Daniel Jones was pressured the league 48.6% of the time. But Daniel Jones has also held on. He's back in the top 5 in reference to the amount of time holding onto the ball. He's back in the top 5. He's like 4th. That means he holds on the ball the 4th longest out of the other 32 quarterbacks in the league. So if you keep telling me you have a bad pass protection, you have a bad line, how the hell then do you hold on to the ball the 4th longest in the league? Can someone explain that to me? I need an explanation on that because it doesn't make any sense. What does Kyle have to say? What you got to say for Kyle? DJ must have a big game. This is Kyle. You know what? You just said it 100% right. And I've said it a million times before. All you are going to do is going to be the Giant game. The defenses against the Giants is now very simple to game plan. Very simple to game plan for now. You got 2 weeks of film. All you're going to do is put 8 in the box and have Richie James and David Sills one-on-one coverage with over the top safety help. That's it. And you're going to dare Daniel Jones to beat you. And he has to then beat you. Everyone made fun of Tua. Tua's already thrown for over 700 yards. Everyone makes fun of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has already led his team to a 2-0 record and has got his offense humming. But then there's Daniel Jones. He throws for 166 yards and whatever it is. And people are like, Giant fans are like, oh my God, look how wonderful he's playing. If I would have told you an Eagle quarterback threw for 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 fumble, and 166 yards, we would make fun of that. We would laugh at that. Keep telling this, people. Go back to 1981. Google the name Scott Bruner. And that will tell you all you need to know about Daniel Jones. That will give you the total assessment of Daniel Jones. And their special teams are producing. You're right. Their special teams are producing. Got to give them 100% credit for that. Don't leave the grill under the cart like the Dolphins fan. No, I'm not going to do that. Hey, what I'm wondering is if Saquon averages 100 yards a game, plays 15 to 16 games, do we try to send Saquon to a team-friendly extension? DJ is gone, though. DJ is gone either way. We have $55 million in cap space. And that's not including all the crap we're going to have to do to keep under the cap space. The tag number for a quarterback is $32 million. So you're not going to do that. You're probably going to have to average like 20 to 25 for Daniel Jones. You're still not going to do that because you're going to take away more than half of your cap. Saquon Barkley is more of an important component to this team than Daniel Jones. You could put Tyrod Taylor in right now, the 56-year-old quarterback, the OG QB, and I guarantee you he would produce the same results that Daniel Jones is right now. What I like about the regime is it's a dependable means regardless of how much you make, whether you are drafted, whether you prove your team's worth in the practice. I agree and I disagree because there are certain players that don't practice well. There are certain all-pros, certain Hall of Famers that did not practice well. They were what they refer to as game-time players. We're talking about practice? I'm paying a guy $72 million. I'm putting him out there. I'm going to. I'm putting out. Everyone hold that thought a second. Sorry, I had to sneeze. And that was a big sneeze. Him holding on the ball too long indicates his field vision is poor. And like I said, I'm not picking on Daniel Jones because the Giants are 2-0. You're not picking on anybody here. But you are saying this. There's 5 plays from last week. Five plays that I was sent, DM by multiple people. And it shows Daniel Jones, clean pocket, a guy wide open deep, and he checks it down. It's almost like he is not seeing the entire right side of the field. I can't remember who said that. Who said that? I got to give credit. Hold on, I got to blow my nose. I got to sneeze again. Hold on. I can't remember who said it. And someone sent me a Twitter thing about it, a tweet, that someone says that if you take a look at the Daniel Jones passing chart, that it shows that he can't throw right. It reminds me of like Rick Meyer, who couldn't throw left. So what do? You stack the right or you stack the left. And then and what happened was, and we talked about this a million times with Pat Shurmur. Pat Shurmur was brilliant with Daniel Jones. Pat Shurmur cut the field in half, which now makes sense. Gave him a deep option and a intermediate option and then a check down. And he would tell him, throw to the first option. Throw to your first read. Unless you feel like it's not even there whatsoever, throw to the first read. And that's why he was successful. And you could do that for a period of time and be successful. But the problem is, who the hell sent it? I can't remember who the hell. It's going to bug me now because I was a giant content creator. And it was brilliantly played out because they showed the chart that most of Daniel Jones's passes are to one side of the field. Talking Giants. Look at that. I'm giving credit to somebody. Must be the Black Rifle. Must be the smooth taste of Black Rifle coffee. And if you haven't tried it, the Headless Horseman Pumpkin Spice Coffee is out. Only the greatest coffee ever made by Black Rifle. Smooth, delicious, wonderful. Trying to get them to sponsor the channel. I tell people to stop sending me emails about sponsoring shit. People don't get it. Some other betting website was like, I will give you this code where you can match the first match of whatever. I'm like, no, I don't like that. I said, I like the thing is like, you give me, if you bet $5, you get 200. Then I'll do that. We got a big salute out to James Williams. Hope you and the family doing well. We're all doing well. Blackbird says, Daniel Jones is still missing wide receivers in year 4. He hasn't really improved. He really hasn't improved. Everyone can say whatever you want. You could be, like I said, you could be the biggest Daniel Jones fan that's out there. And most of the ones that defend him vehemently are ones that are people that are probably in their 20s that don't know any better. That's all I'm going to say about that. What does Matthew says? I think Daniel Jones lacks awareness. He's run straight to no loose enough. He doesn't get good. He's got good downhill speed. We talked about this before. He's like that 76 Oldsmobile I had. Poop color brown. Now, I'll tell you this. That car was not fast, but you got it going downhill. That sucker was quick. He actually has good field vision based on what I'm saying. He doesn't. Unsure if he doesn't. You're right. He does not have good field. He does not have good field vision whatsoever. Tim, what happened first? Kenny G scored his first, or Daniel Jones for 200 yards first time this year. I'm going to say they happen at the same time. Hold on. I need some more of that smooth taste of Black Rifle coffee. Pumpkin spice. The best. And only the best. I think John Mayer is a OG knockout. Says, I think John Mayer is really the reason why Daniel Jones is untouchable for the last 2 years. Brian Dable isn't a fan for Daniel Jones. Look at his face on the sideline. I'm picking on Daniel. You know, it's funny. If you do look at it, like I said, twice now, 2 weeks, Daniel Jones has got an earful from Brian Dable. Twice now. But then he comes out in the press, going, I need to figure out what makes Daniel Jones tick. You've been in the league for 4 years. The clock has already been wound. You should already be ticking. And I love it when people are like, well, first-year quarterbacks never do really well after the second year. Really, look at the Duck. Look at Mahomes. Look at Hurts. Look at your rival in the NFC East. Let's see. Where's Matthew got us? Michael, I got my money on DJ 200 first. I suspect Kenny could score a touchdown the same. I'm saying it happens both at once. You know what, Matthew? Let me tell you about this. If you want the smooth roast of medium roast Black Rifle pumpkin spice, they have it called in what they refer to as shots. And you know what they are? They are K-cups. So go to Black Rifle Coffee. Tell them Online Big Blue sent you. And tell them they need to sponsor the channel. Emmanuel, what's going on, my friend? I haven't seen Emmanuel in a while. Hope you're doing well. Mr. Singh, what do you got to say for it? What's your score prediction? Mine is 23-17. Cowboys was due to lose one game. Haven't been 0-3 since 2009. I'm not giving my score prediction yet. My score prediction will be given on Monday. Monday. We'll have to wait and see. What does Mike Lee say? Tim, so far not this year. Good morning. Good morning, Mark Stewart. What's going on, my friend? Dominic Palmer, all the way from the pond, is in his house. I need some like Dominic Palmer music. I need some like British. Dun, 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 dun. What's King Joel have to say? DJ needs a perfect pocket to give decent quarterback. He is not good under pressure. He's not good under pressure. He's not. You could say whatever you want about him, but he's not good under pressure. It is what it is. And I love people. Because they're like, they make excuses for him. And like I said, I love the stat. Well, he was under pressure 48.6% of the time on the drop back pass. Great. And he's also holding on the ball, the fourth longest in the league. That's the same thing with Tay Crowder. Tay Crowder is so good. Austin Cletro is so good. We signed Jalen Smith and what's his name? Brought in Joe Sherbert, whatever his name is. The guy that we were supposed to sign over Blake Martinez. Great pause of fire. I love coffee. I love coffee too, man. Lee says, I'm trying to pop the live tomorrow. All right, well, good. Come on in. We're gonna have some fun. I hope we draft Will next season. You know what's funny? I'm not giving anything away yet because I'm doing a video on the quarterbacks. That kid from Tennessee he's got some skills, man. He looks nice in the pocket. Now, Richardson, I watched Richardson yesterday because they played Tennessee. I'm not getting that warm, fuzzy feeling about Richardson. I'm not. I know he was hurt. I know he got his knee banged up. He hurt his neck. But he just doesn't have a consistent pass. First of all, he does not have a consistent pass to the outside, to the sidelines. He doesn't have a consistent pass. He's not consistent at all with that. And that's a problem. But I tell you, this kid from Tennessee, and I believe he's already graduated because he had the SEC graduate thing on his chest. What is it, patch? It'll be fun. We're going to do a video, I think this week or next week. Tactical. Oh my God, Jersey beer doesn't have a good record. Let's see here. Yeah, I saw this one now. Drinking a cup of Black Rifle. You got Tactical Squatch. I love Tactical Squatch. That's another one of my favorites. I also have all the Tactical Squatch gear. I have the blankets. I have the T-shirts. I have the stickers for the Jeep. I got it all. I can talk about coffee all day long. But I'm gonna say I didn't watch Will play yesterday, but I'm gonna have to see. What does Jersey also say? Hey, Tim, Jones doesn't play well under primetime. Does it have a good record on primetime TV? No, I think he's like 0-7. Isn't he 0-7 on primetime TV? I think he's 0-7. Matthew says, find someone as efficient as Joe Burrows. I want to draft that type of quarterback. We're going to talk in the next couple. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to start ranking, doing our quarterback rankings, our college football, and we're going to do it weekly. But I can tell, I'm liking this guy. What's his name? Hedden Hooker. I'm liking this kid from Tennessee from what I saw against Florida. He was very fluid in the pocket. He actually went through his progressions extremely well. He rushed for a career high. He was over 100 plus on rushing, which was a career high. I think he threw for over 300 too. But he just had this sense about him. And then the Tennessee plays this very much this hurry up offense. And he actually, at times when he needed to, he slowed it down. He got everyone to the line though with like 28, 30 seconds on the clock, but he slowed it down and snapped it at one. So I mean, he's got some command. So we're gonna have to take a look at that. We got everyone cheering Big Dom. We also have Big Blue coming in. Salute to Blue family. Tim, how you feeling? Let's get the win. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good. I got my tactical Black Rifle coffee. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Here you go. I forgot. Tactical Squatch riding a reindeer. Come on. How cool is that? You're a man. You suck up and drink Black Rifle coffee? This is man shit. And adding a little of this doesn't hurt. Hey, it's Sunday. I always said this to people. If you think you're an alcoholic because you drink alone, don't worry about it because God is always with you. So there's always someone drinking with you. Hey-oh. Oh, we got the humdinger at the poppycockers. We got the hooker at the poppycockers. And what do we say? Anthony says, has a first-year head coach who has won. Has there ever had a first-year head coach who's ever won 3 games? That is a good question. We've never had a giant first-year head coach who's won 3 games. That we've never had. Do you mean first-year head coach or rookie head coach? That's the bigger question. Because there has been first-year head coaches who have switched teams who has gone on, like a college coach. Or do you mean a rookie head coach? Because that's why I'm asking the question. Barry Switzer was a head coach in college. Brian Dable is truly a first-year rookie head coach. So I think that's more of the question. Are we asking? Did Tibbs and Aziz get cleared to play? They said they're going to play. They are both currently listed as questionable. Questionable usually means you play. So we have to wait. You see, we got Aziz and Kayvon Thibodeaux are both listed as questionable right now. That usually means you play. Leonard Williams is doubtful, which means he's out. Kadarius Toney is doubtful, which means he's out. We have Justin Lane, Nick McLeod, Aaron Robinson, Wandale Robinson are all out as well. They are out. They are officially listed as out. I laugh because T-Brat pointed it out. That I said during the draft stream that if Wandale Robinson did not learn how to protect himself, that he was going to be, he would never finish his first NFL game. And look what happened. One play, he's out because of the fact that he still has it. And if you watched it in preseason, the limited times he played in preseason, he doesn't know how to fully protect himself on the field, which opens himself up to big hits. And I did mention that. I forgot I even said it, but it's true because of the fact that at that size, if you do not protect yourself and you're going up against 6'4", 245-pound linebackers and they're laying into you and you do not know how to protect yourself on the field, you're not going to survive. And that is one of the things that Brian Dable spoke about, and even Mike Kafka spoke about with Daniel Jones. He needs to learn how to protect himself, which is usually the cause of the fumbling issues or the interceptions. Dominic Palmer comes up here and says, it was Dom, Big Dom, says, hey, Matthew, how are you? I assume you're listening whilst doing some sort of DIY project as normal. That's not Matthew. Matthew doesn't do the DIY. It's the other guy, and that's not Matthew. Sure, like I said, I'm thinking, I'm not sure about Barry Switzer if he did it or not, but like I said, he's talking about truly a rookie head coach. To me, Barry Switzer wasn't a rookie head coach because he was at Oklahoma forever. He was head coach of Oklahoma for, 47,000 years. So, I mean, I think, but I can't think of Let's go. And where's Zach? NFL rookie head coach. 3-0. Let's see. Let's see here. Brief history of first. Okay, brief says here we go. Brief history of first-year NFL coaches going 3-0. And it's one of those things where I have to buy the article. I'm not gonna buy the article. That's just crazy. Okay. Well, there's an article in the Philadelphia Inquirer that talks about rookie head coaches going 3-0, but we're not going to buy the article because then I got to go upstairs and get my credit card. Blah, 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 blah. It's not so fun. Matthew says, I'm good, Dom. I'm at attention today on the stream. Quiet Sunday. It's a quiet Sunday here. It's a little bit rainy. It got a little bit chilly. Did have the top off the Jeep yesterday, so that was a lot of fun. We also got OG Knockout coming here and saying Dallas is going to get exposed. How bad Daniel Jones is on Monday night. They're just going to keep blitzing him all night.
No, I don't want them to gain another yard. You blitz all night.
See? Look, I got that one right off the first time.
That's what she said.
Hold on, I have to check here because I don't want to brag, but I'm an official dog walker now. I walk dogs, and honestly, I like it. I get exercise. I get to walk dogs. I love dogs. That's why I got 3 of them. And people pay me to come to their house and walk their dog. How fucking crazy is that? I don't need to do it. It's not like a financial thing. It's a thing that I want to just get out of the house and do stuff. You know, you retire for so many years, you still, you kind of get that itch now and then. And not that this doesn't do it. I got a new podcast coming out in the next 2 weeks. I'll talk about that later. And yes, and that is going to take up a little bit more of my time. So while there may be online Big Blue videos every other day, maybe not every day because of the new pod. Because the new pod is daily, and it's going to be a live podcast as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But we'll give out more information when that comes around. Yeah, I would blitz him all night. Tony is out because he's trying to learn the playbook. Tony's got to go back to. Kadarius Tony is like school in summertime, no class. Sorry. Hey-o. It's just another day. It's gonna, you know what, guys? Like I said, you have to be excited that we've reached the 2-0 mark, that we have the potential to be 0-3. You have to be excited about that. Hold on. You have to be excited. You have to be pumped. You have to be. Oh, I was invited to go on the field for season ticket holders during the halftime ceremony. Ring of Honor. I was invited to go on the field. I'm beginning to like being a season ticket holder again because they seem to be doing more for season ticket holders this year. They really do. I mean, I got a free copy of Madden. I got a free copy of NFL Plus. You know, I got invited to go on the field for the Ring of Honor, help on the field the Ring of Honor ceremony. You got a lot of fun stuff. I do believe Dan Reeves did go 3-0, but again, he was not a rookie head coach. He was not a rookie first-time head coach. What does Connor have to say? Connor says, I'm going to my first ever game. Let's go. Are you going to first? You going on Sunday? Monday? Okay. You going this Monday? I'm gonna go in late. I'm not gonna tailgate. I'm just gonna get there on time, walk in, and then I gotta leave probably early, which sucks because it's a long ride back. But my kids got schooled on Tuesday, so you must enjoy the ride. You gotta enjoy 100%. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride while you can, because you know what? You don't know when or if it's going to end. So let's just enjoy it. Daniel Jones is 0-7 in primetime. You are 100% correct. I love this one. We should take the attitude of Keanu Reeves and Bill and Ted. Just chill. Just chill, man. Just have fun. Have a good time. I always said it before. It's like Animal House. Have a beer. Don't cost nothing. Hold on, I got to sneeze again. I love it. I've gone from having coughing fits to sneezing fits. I'm not 100% sure which is worse. The coughing fit or the sneezing fit? Mac, I agree with you about Herndon Hooker. I wouldn't mind having him as well, but did John Mara let Brian Dable draft him? It would have to be, is he going to let the Shane draft him? I think that's more of the bigger issue. Will he let Shane draft him? Will Shane have the ability to draft him? I think he will. I do think that I kind of think this is like a Nick situation, with the owner whose name we shall not speak is kind of stepped back. He stepped back ever since Phil Jackson. He stepped back since then. And I'm hoping that John Mara does the same thing, takes the same approach. And now, of course, the Knicks situation hasn't been as fluid as we would like to have been, but hopefully they do allow him to step back, and hopefully they allow him to find his own way. To find his own regards, because he's going to have to find, at the end of the day, he is going to have to find his own quarterback. He's going to have to, because this is not his quarterback. This is not, let's be honest, this is not his quarterback. This is not Brian Dable's quarterback. This is not their quarterback. This is not. And that's okay. Because at the end of the day, you are going to find your own quarterback. You're going to find your guy. You're going to find your man that you are going to build your offense around. You can see in some regards, this is not it. Mike Lee's come up. Oh, Mike Lee is the new Googler. I love it now that Mike Lee has taken over for Zach as the Googler. Mike Lee says, hold on. What does Mike Lee say? Hold on. I got to get this other thing up. It's the professionalism. I know that's what people just love about this show. It's the professionalism. I'm not going to lie. Hold on, Mike Lee. I'm going to read this in a minute, but I have to go to bank number 8. Oh my God. You know what the problem is? This is supposed to be spontaneous and it's not working. I need an engineer. All right. Here we go again. Mike Lee is the new Googler.
Who are you, man?
I'm the Googler.
All right. He says Bill Cowher, Dennis Green, Bob Ross did it in 92. So there was 3 of the 6. Very good. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Let me get this back over here now. James Williams comes out with the big James Williams dropping the knowledge. Says, will we ever see Wandale, the only black Smurf in the Smurf village again?
That's what she said.
Ah, damn it. Hello. Oh, that is a good Mike. James, I was going to listen. I'm going to drop open the chat. I'm going to drop open the chat today. Do I think the Giants have an opportunity to win this game, though? Do I think this? You think a lot of things when you have the smooth taste of Black Rifle coffee. Nothing's better. Remember, go on Twitter and DM Black Rifle and say, get Tim as a sponsor. He'll work for coffee. I've always said this before about these sponsors. You have to either give me something to give to the subscribers, or you have to give me cash. I will sell out for cash. And I want guaranteed cash. But for Black Rifle, if they send me like 2-3 bags of their Premier Blend a month, I'll shill for them left and right. I'm going to need more next. I'm going to need like 3 bags. I go through at least 3 bags a month. Tearing at my heart. Pip name Slipback. What's going on, my brother? Giants Twitter is funny when it comes to Daniel Jones. We need to have patience, but when it comes to college quarterbacks this year, we need to write them off after 1 or 2 games. It is. You are 100% right. And that's where I think a lot of the hate comes from me for Daniel Jones, because I speak the truth about Daniel Jones. I point out the things people don't want to see. It's like they extol the virtues of these stats, but then when you have stats that counteract their stats, they get mad. Dear Lord, they get mad. James Williams was even funnier, because James Williams the other day told me, I don't know how you deal with the comments. Because I've seen some of your comments lately, because I don't know how you deal with it. Because I just think back. I hearken back. And I think of the famous quote. Stupid is, stupid does, Mrs. Blue. That's all I think of. Oh, G-Knock. What's up going on? Our defense is good enough to win the game, but the offense showed up with them. Here's the problem with the defense. The defense has played offenses that I would not say were high caliber. Tennessee, the biggest thing Tennessee had was Henry, and they have no wide receivers, no offensive line. Baker Mayfield really sucked the wind. I was always high on Baker. I was always, we got ourselves some porn. We got some porn coming in. I was always high on Baker Mayfield. I really did. I thought, for those that don't know, Chat 69 XYZ, they're our new sponsor of the channel. Make sure you go out and hang out and see Porn Chat 69, whatever it was. I was a big fan of Baker Mayfield, but he looked worse than Tina. I got someone smiling. Smile, and the whole world will smile back at you. Is it cold?
It's a little chilly this morning.
Is it nipply?
Not quite there, but it's letting you know fall is coming in.
Fall is in the air. It's my brother. It's James. I miss you, James. When are you coming out to the house?
Probably in a couple of weeks. I was just talking to her about that. She wants to come and have the White Claw and start the bonfire.
Well, we got the solo bonfire pit 2.0. The thing is the shit. The flames are like,
oh man! I should have known when you showed me that. I was like, oh my god, where'd he get that from?
And of course, I'm sitting there throwing wood on. They say don't put too much wood on, but I was like,
because I would be doing that. Like let's make a fire. Let's make a fire.
That's exactly. That's a fire. And then I laugh because then I'm throwing Grand Marnier on it at one point. And I didn't know this, but Grand Marnier is extremely combustible.
Well, I would think so.
Because that shit went whoosh. I was like, I think it's higher than the house.
You were making like a inside out Molotov cocktail. Saw it there, see what happened.
And another sponsor, Solo Stove 2.0 Bonfire. Go get it because and you go on their website, it's like cheap. It's on sale on their website. And it's free shipping, and then you get like another $10 off. It's the greatest invention in the history of the world if you like fire. You like to burn shit, it's fun.
You want to throw something in the fire, watch it burn?
That's what I'm saying to James. James, when you come to the house, bring wood. Because I'm running out of wood. You know all the trees I got in my backyard. I'm ripping shit out.
I was saying, go in the backyard. Go in the backyard with your Paul Bunyan axe and get to work.
I've already cleared the North 40. I gotta get. Let's talk about the Giants though. That's what you're here for.
I was gonna say you get distracted here.
I always get distracted. Let's talk about the G-men. You got Monday night. You got the vaunted Dallas Cowboys coming in. Dallas Cowboys, of course, with Cooper Rush at quarterback. Who's now what 2-0 at quarterback as a starting quarterback?
He's either 2-0 or like 2-1. Like,
well, he won his first start last year against Minnesota.
He had that great game. I was pissed about.
And then he won. Then he won the other day. He won last week as well. So
right. Yeah, he's 2-0 because technically when he came in, the game was already over against Tampa.
Now the Giants are 0-7 in prime time. Daniel Jones is also 0-7. We're gonna have the whiteout. Jay wants to know, Tim, are you going to wear white to the game? It's gonna be here's my thing. I want to just say one thing about the whiteout. This is the only thing I want to say. A, it's a little college for me. B, are they doing it to show I thought about this. Are they having the whiteout, James? Because they're putting the Dallas Cowboys in their blue jerseys. So if everything is white around them and all you see is the blue jerseys, Daniel Jones cannot make the mistake and throw it to one of the guys in blue because everything's white. So it'll stand out.
That's funny. That's a good one. Well,
I'm being serious.
Well, I wanted to ask you, how come we're not doing like a blue wave? Why are we white out instead of a blue wave?
Because we're wearing our Cool Rush jerseys.
Yeah, but we hardly wear those bitches. Excuse my language, but like we never wear. We're only going to wear them twice this year, and then we're putting them back in the Giants vault, and can never be seen again for 5 years.
Well, I said this in a couple of videos last week. Bill Parcells got. He always said every time, because back in the 80s when the Giants played at home, they always wore their blue jerseys and their white pants. But when they played the Cowboys, they would always wear all white because Parcells felt that the Cowboys never played well in their bluish gray jerseys. So he would always put them in those jerseys because Parcells, I always joke about being superstitious, but Parcells is Mr. Superstition.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Bill Parcells was beyond superstitious. So then I thought to myself, are the Giants doing the same thing?
they, you know, I was talking with my boys, and I'm not sure. You know, I mean, I'm sure it'll look nice on camera, like you said. It'll look like a college game with everybody there, Whiteout, and jumping up and making noise. We definitely was making noise last week. Thank you again for the tickets, brother. But
You're welcome.
you know, I'm sure it'll look cool on TV. We'll all be sitting there cheering in white. You know, like, but to me, it's like the Giants gotta come with the times. Like the Giants act like allowing the players to wear their cool rush jerseys 2 times out of the year, and we're gonna do a whiteout like that's something special. You know, like we gotta start catching up with the times. Like as far as like I know we don't have.
They've never been to Kansas City in the red out, or
Well,
Cleveland in the orange.
Listen, I love my boy's a big Kansas City fan, but listen, they're still doing the chop out there. So they're just allowed to do things in Kansas City that in other places, you know,
you can't do.
Yeah, so we'll leave them alone. They're in Kansas City, they're rocking, they got Pat Mahomes, they can rock out. But the Giants, they gotta like I heard like when you go there, there's gonna be a DJ there from Hot 97, DJ Envy, and I guess he's gonna be there to get the crowd hype and all this stuff. And you know, he made an interview and he said
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And he said, no, I meant to text that to you, but I'm here talking to you, so I might as well stay on the stream. But I'm just only bringing that up just to say that the Giants are a New York team. I don't know if anybody knows this or doesn't know this in the chat, but hip hop rap started in New York, in the Bronx.
Yep.
So you would think a New York-based team would probably include a little more music, a little more things, not just hip hop, rock, music, anything, you know, to get the fans hyped. He even said, like, you know, celebrities, like what's the last big celebrity? When we go to Dallas, they show all of them out there in LA and all the celebrities and everything. We're in New York. Nobody comes to the Giant games. Nobody goes to the Jet game. Like, I mean, other than Big Tim and, you know, all of us, you know, shout out to everybody in the chat, but we need to kind of like step it up a little bit. Like, just get with the times, like cheerleaders, you know, maybe drafting a black quarterback, you know, having some music. Like, I'm just saying, like, let's stop acting like putting on the white cool rush jersey is, woo, that's so special.
I love Matthew's comment. If DJ is colorblind, all white isn't going to be good. I don't know if he's colorblind, but you know what? He's not wrong. You know, there was a comment here, and I saw this from Jay, and I want to get your question on this because I want to get your response on this. I actually think this is interesting. Jay says, I think DJ Davidson outplayed Leo so far. Here's the thing. Leo got hurt last week, like where it was about the third quarter. And someone came to me and someone pointed it out that the Giants defensive line seemed to play better. When he went out. Now, what happened was the first game of the season, they tried to put they tried to put Leonard on the outside. They tried to play him on the edge. That didn't work. Like about in the third quarter in the first game, they shifted him over shifted him over the center. So in some regards, he is playing nose tackle over Dexter Lawrence. But someone, I mean, and I didn't equate it to the fact that some people were right that he did the line did seem to gel a little bit better when he was not in the game. I mean, do you think that anyway? Do you see that in any regards? I think you do because you said you did.
Well, I did, and remember, you know, again, thanks to you, me and my boy, we were there to see it. Like when he, you know, they put out on this, you know, Leonard Williams is out, and I was like, oh, great, you know, we're not going to almost sack the quarterback now, but. I think after that, I literally think maybe McCaffrey had one
run after that.
One decent run after that, he did, you know, but I didn't see any real big break. Like Baker Mayfield was running for his life. McCaffrey, you know, nothing coming out the backfield broke out or had any big runs. So, you know, I think Wink, you know, having actually a good defensive mind and schemes and able to put people in different places and move around components, like we didn't miss him at all. I have to say, seeing it live and in person, and then coming home to watch the tape, watch the highlights, and check stats. We didn't miss King of the Almost at all. No, we really didn't. And like I said, I didn't even think about it. And I didn't even notice it till a couple people DM me on Twitter about it. And I said, you know what? And then I went back and watched. I'm like, you know what? You're kind of right. It's not like there was this situation where they were all of a sudden there was this huge gap in the middle of the line. And we've had problems in the interior part of the line. Yeah. And so I was a little surprised
What does Fred Stanley have to? What does Fred have to say? What's up, Fred? I've heard a lot of Giant fans and content creators saying we need a college quarterback without question marks. Of the top 10, 15 quarterbacks in the NFL, maybe one or two were sure things. They all have question marks. You're not wrong, Fred, because even the ones that didn't have question marks, a lot of them didn't make it in the pros. So, did you watch any college football yesterday, James?
Well, I'll be honest. I'm a Buckeye fan, but I only watched the first quarter. I know Clemson and Wake Forest. That was epic.
That was a good game. The quarterback for Wake Forest. You know what's funny? The quarterback for Wake Forest was playing extremely well, and and then they were going the second overtime. And Brad texted me and said, "Hey, are you watching the Wake Forest game? Because this kid from Wake Forest is playing really well."
Yeah.
And the rule is for Brad, when football's on, don't text me because you jinx everything.
It's like the jinx, right?
You jinx everything, and then a couple minutes later, I'm actually going to read to you the text messages.
No.
I think it's pretty damn funny. What did he say? Yeah, he goes. I said, look good till the end. Double coverage in the end zone. Didn't have any other options. You're not supposed to text me. He goes, yeah. As soon as I texted you about him, shit goes bad. And I was like, yeah, you're not allowed to text me during the Giant game. You can't. No more text.
That's a good rule.
But that is a good rule. Whiteout means blind. So I hope not on Monday night. Whiteout does mean blind. That's that. So we got Big Greg coming in all the way from Sweden. James, what's up? Breaking limbs, taking no names. We always do. Hit the freaking like button. Let's see.
Y'all.
Matthew says, what does Matthew say? Oh, here we go. Greg says, I think KD will do a Willis Reed tomorrow. He made digs on skates last year. I don't think he's doing a Willis Reed.
So he's got to come out, get hurt, then leave, then come back and save the day.
So what you're saying is those that do not know, this was during, I think it was the 70 championship. I can't remember if it was the 70 or the 70. I can't remember what championship it was. I think it was the 70 championship. Willis Reed got hurt. And he comes out game 7, scores the first 2 points of the game. Willis Reed, the center of the Knicks, Hall of Famer, scores the first 2 points of the game, then goes out for the next 46 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't
against Wilt. Got to throw that out there.
Yeah,
like
right.
they were stacked. They were stacked. They had the logo, they had the stilt. Probably friends with your grandmother or your auntie, some of y'all out there. But
I like this one for Dwight. Dwight says, I see nothing wrong with them wearing. I see nothing wrong wearing all white too. But to James's point, this is not something new in the NFL.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, this is not a new. We didn't reinvent the wheel.
This is something they've been doing in Kansas City since the 60s. They do it in Cleveland. They do it in a bunch. They do it a lot of times in Pittsburgh. It's nothing new.
You brought up Kansas City, right? I know in Philly, don't they ring the Liberty Bell before every game?
Yeah.
In Kansas City, they bring out the drums, which again, I'm not going to get into why they're still allowed to do that, but they bring out the drums. And so other stadiums and teams do things to hype people up all the time. It's like
we ring the bell. We ring the bell in the beginning of the game. The Giants do.
Oh, what the Wall Street, like the Wall Street bell, something?
I've never understood the ringing of the bell.
What is the bell supposed to mean for us as Giants fans in New York or Jersey? What does the bell mean? Come on, guys, let's get it together.
But to James's point, no one's disparaging anything. All we're just saying is this is not inventive. And I'll be honest, even going back to the Meadowlands, and I was there when they opened it up in '76. There is nothing. The Giants have really done nothing like home field wise, like they have these gimmicks and things at other stadiums. To your point, the drums and the Liberty Bell and fly Eagles fly and JEST Jets and stuff. We don't do a lot of that.
We ain't got a commercial Ed, Fireman Ed.
Yeah, want to know why we don't do shit like that? Because all we used to do is win.
Yeah, that's true.
I used to love it because Barry Sanders, when he scored a touchdown, never spiked the ball. He handed the ball to the referee and said, you act like you've been there before.
Yeah, no, that when you're actually doing your job and performing and winning, you don't need all the bells and whistles and gimmicks.
Right.
When you're actually doing real stuff. People on YouTube. Sorry, something in my throat. But You know, you don't need to do all that. You know, like you don't need to do all that. Like it's like a woman. Like if you're beautiful, you're beautiful. You don't need surgery. You don't need 10 pounds of makeup. You don't need 1,000 extensions. You don't need all that. You know, but you know, and there's nothing wrong with the whiteout. Like again, I don't want
There's
people to
nothing
say,
wrong with it whatsoever. There's nothing wrong with doing the wave. There's nothing wrong with the whiteout. There's nothing wrong with
like no, there's nothing wrong with it. All I'm saying is we should be doing stuff like that more. This is the New York Giants. You know, last year they gave up with last year a large Pepsi. So now
medium
we're doing
Pepsi.
the whiteout thing, and it's like
Medium Pepsi.
we should just be sorry, medium. Sorry, we should just be doing stuff like that more for the amount. Listen, I just paid $60 for 4 beers. And
Yeah,
Tim,
you
I got
told me
your towel. I got your towel.
And that was the other thing in the home opener, the towel, the waving of the towel. We've never seen the terrible towel before. We've never seen people wave.
terrible towel too.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's been doing it since the 70s.
Again, that's another thing. The terrible towel. Everybody, you know, like other teams have things that they do. We should have something when people come in. Like even if we do the Michael Strahan stomp you out, like everybody at the beginning jump up and down and stomp one of the crowd. Let's do that. Let's do something.
You know what's funny though? We are probably in the largest media capital in the world. We probably have more media companies per square inch than any other state, and this is the best they can come up with. You would think they would hire a marketing firm and say, "Hey, listen, give us a tradition. Let us do." And I can say this shit because I'm a season ticket holder. And all those people that are like, "Oh, you can't say this and you can't say." If you live in the tri-state area and you're not a season ticket holder, and all you want to do is bitch, shut up, because you're not putting your money where your freaking mouth is. You want to sit there and you want to put comments in there about shit, but you know what? I don't see you at the games. I don't see you dropping the dimes on 2 PSLs plus the seats. I see you being a whiny little bitch on the comment section, telling me about my not being at my and then questioning my fandom, but I'm the only motherfucker sitting in the seat.
Well, amen. If I had an organ, it'd go.
I laugh because you're going to be surprised when you see me because I've dropped like 15 pounds because I'm off all the painkillers and everything else for all my ailments, and I'm back in the gym. And someone the other day was like, dude, you've lost all this weight and you're huge again. And I'm like, I know. And he goes, and your attitude is back. Like your attitude was back from like when you were in when you were in your 30s. I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Listen, I don't think that attitude. You always keep your edge to you, and you're never a small guy anyway. So I guess
people are just like, I just love it because he's like, oh my god, he's like, I don't know if the world is ready for you.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Let's talk something real. We don't need to talk about the quarterback. Let's talk about some other spots. What are you expecting? There's an interview with Kayvon Thibodeaux with the Bronze Boy. I forgot whatever the channel is, but you know, it's like a 30-40 minute interview. It's pretty good. Okay. You know, and it's pretty good. You know, just like see the young brother talk, seems like he has a good mind on his shoulders. It's always good to see. But what are you guys in the chat, Tim? What are you guys expecting from Thibodeaux tonight? Because technically speaking, this is the debut of one of our top picks. Are expected to be, you know, franchise, one of the faces of the franchise, especially on defense. And you know, he's a big talker, which again I don't mind too much because this is New York. We need to kind of pump up the chest a little bit here, you know. But you got to back it up. That's the only thing. You got to back it up. And you know, he's a young kid. He you know, he seems like he's ready to go. So what are we thinking about?
I'm hoping this, and I've said this before. You want to be brash, you want to be bold, you want to be all this shit. That's fine. But at the end of the day, you need to back it up. You need to if you're gonna talk the talk, you got to walk the walk.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, I was fearful that if he got into a situation where he was not playing well, that his attitude the press would turn on. And I still concern myself about that the press could actually turn around and go against this kid. And that's not what I want, because I think at the end of the day, he is going to be a key. He's going to be a linchpin. He's going to be a guy that we're going to need. But the problem is he's got to get on the field. And we saw when he played in preseason, and when he did not play extensively, but when he did play in preseason, it's not like it was that spectacular. He wasn't getting to the quarterback. He wasn't creating a rush. And I didn't expect him to because he's a rookie.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you will hope that at the end of the day, you hope he can figure it out, and you hope that he can move forward. And Mike said, my hope is that he plays well enough that he gets, and I don't want to play. I do not want to see him in there for like 70% of the snaps. I want to see him. I want to see him in there, maybe 20, 25 snaps, and just get his feet wet so he doesn't get wrecked.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not expecting 3 sacks. I know he's putting a lot of pressure on himself, which again I don't mind because I'd rather him put some pressure on himself so he actually knows that he has to go out there and perform. I actually wish there was other players on the team that would put pressure on themselves and say, no, I got to go out there and perform. I'm going to go out there and do A, B, or C, and then try to go out there and do it. Now, if he does it, that's on him. That's the beautiful thing about sports is, we actually get to see you go on the field and if you're going to back it up. So, I think it's exciting. It's a big game. I mean, when's the last time, like I said in the chat, just enjoy the ride. Bill and Ted,
there you go.
Encino Man, Poorly Shore, Encino Man. Just, like Cheech and Chong, just enjoy it, man. Just relax. We're 2-0. Right. We're actually being talked about. This is for the first place in the division against the Cowgirls who don't have their starting quarterback. We're at home. Thibodeaux's going to play. Blizzard Whiteout. Tim's going to be there. Birds is chirping. Dogs is barking.
On the field. Don't forget, Tim's going to be on the field during the ring ceremony, during the Ring of Honor ceremony.
Ring ceremony. Tim's going to be on the field, actually there. It's like there's a lot to be excited about in this game. Just enjoy it. Guess what? Even if we lose, just enjoy it because we haven't been talked about like this in 4 years.
You're right.
4 years.
I love the fact though. I got to bring this up. So yeah, I got an email. I got on the field because I got an email from my concierge for the Giants season tickets, and they said they needed help. They needed help on the field, and they need people. Oh, we got the porn back. If those that do not know, if I can find my thing, make sure you go and subscribe to Chat 69 XYZ, the best in porn, the best that porn has to offer. We bring that here on the channel. But they sent me an email
on the internet.
They sent me an email about helping, and you had to be one of the first people to respond to do the helping thing. And then you read the email, and it's like, you must be able to run, you must be able to do this, you must be able to lift things, and this and that.
You can't be in a wheelchair.
And I thought to myself, what the hell am I truly excited because of the fact that they are going to let me on the field during the ring ceremony, or are they just using me as cheap free labor?
Yeah. That's what
I mean, like this is great and special, but I'm not unionized.
That's like back in grade school, and the teacher would make her clean up the garbage, clean and make it all fun. And it's like we're just picking up the trash.
Yeah, we're just picking up the trash. So that's it. Just dawned on me. It just dawned on me a minute ago. Am I really honored to be able to do this, or am I just free labor?
Hey man, you just said it yourself. Would they give you a medium Pepsi last year? And
I didn't get nothing last year. I wasn't a ticket holder last year. I didn't got nothing. I canceled the season tickets.
Gas ain't cheap, and inflation is high. So hiring some people to pick up garbage. Why would I do that when I got fans? I got fans. Joey
B says the press will attack Tibbs no matter what he does. No. If he
has 3 sacks and a strip fumbled, they
won't attack him. They didn't attack Strahan until he started having issues with his contract. That's when they attacked Strahan, and he had already been in the league for like 6 years. And they didn't attack Strahan until he tried to retire, and Coughlin had to drag him off the beach back in 2007. That's a bit. No, I think the fan base will love him. I think the media will love him. But the problem is, if you're going to be a media darling, you need to produce on the field.
And you have to stay out of trouble off the field.
Yeah.
Let me throw that in too. This is New York. He seems like a guy that he's going to be out and about. Now, in his interviews, he says he knows about pitfalls and all that and yada, yada, yada. But, let's just hope he doesn't end up Adam Levine, and that's all I'll say. Let's hope he doesn't end up Adam Levine, but we're hearing about him on TMZ instead of ESPN.
I don't say I have all those other problems. Parsons and Thibodeaux, who do you think will have a better NFL career? Well, the problem is Thibodeaux hasn't taken a snap yet.
He's kind of behind the 8 ball for putting him.
He's a little behind.
Like the next Lawrence Taylor, according to other people, which is blasphemous to say. But I can't even. I have to see him step on the field. I can't.
Right. Let him see him play, and then we can then address that. Let him at least play 6 games. You know, at least give him that.
Hey, I got a question. Who's actually going to be a better receiver for us, Kadarius Toney or Wan'Dale Robinson? Now go ahead and answer that one.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Okay.
I still have hope in Wan'Dale because of the fact that he's still a rookie. He's still there. We've only seen him play like 5-6 plays in the NFL. So I could be totally wrong about Wan'Dale Robinson. I already know I'm right about Kadarius Toney. I could be totally wrong about Wan'Dale Robinson. He could figure it out. He could pull it. Now he's not Tyreek Hill. I hate when people try to compare him to Tyreek Hill. Yeah, and how bad of a route runner Tyreek Hill was when he came in the league. Tyreek Hill is if you looked at him when he came into the league, he was built like a fire plug.
Tyreek Hill is black smoke.
Yeah,
he's smoke. Like he is smoke. You can't compare anybody to that guy. Like, stop with I know we love to do that in this day and age, compare people, but we gotta he's Wan'Dale.
Yeah, he's Wan'Dale. And like I said, I'm gonna give Wan'Dale the benefit of the doubt because of the fact that we haven't seen anything yet. I'm giving Kayvon Thibodeaux the benefit of the doubt because we haven't. But hey, guys, let's get this up to 50 likes, would you please?
We gotta get these likes up, man.
Yeah, I am not walking dogs right now to do this. I don't want to break the news to everybody. I make more money walking one dog than I do like 6 videos. So, you know what? We got to at least, you got to at least, stroke my ego a little bit and get it up to at least 50 likes. Damn.
Yeah, come on. Like, we're actually 2-0 fighting for the division.
2-0 fighting for the division. Come on. Thank you, James. Let's see here. We got a couple. Logic's Finest says that Shockey talked big but didn't produce. Well, Shockey did talk. He did produce. Shockey has the most yards of any tight end in Giants history.
I was going to say, as much as I love some of the other brothers that's been here, Jeremy Shockey was the most dynamic tight end we've had.
We have had since like Bob Tucker.
Other than
Well, I don't count him as Bavaro because Bavaro was a different tight end. Bavaro
like I was still so young, and I'm talking about like in my me being able to watch like his entire career. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I like Bavaro.
I like Shockey,
I like Shockey too. I guess
he did. He had attitude, and one thing about the Giants, you can't talk to the news. Don't talk to the media. Don't talk out of turn. We'll ship you behind out of here. So
now you saw how close on the field we were during. Well, you weren't there. Never mind. You got sick when we were on the field.
I'm gonna say I've seen the pictures.
Well, back in the old Meadowlands, they didn't have that. You couldn't go on the field. But if you had like a certain press pass or a certain visitors pass, you get to walk on the field. You get to walk on the sidelines when the players were there. And I've never told this story before. I'm going to tell the story because I think it's kind of funny. I got Jeremy Shockey pissed at me once because the show, I think it's Sons of Anarchy. It's a biker show. And there's the lead character. I never really, I was saying I saw the first 2-3 episodes, but the lead biker's name is Jax. And Jax is this blonde haired guy and he looks like Jeremy Shockey. So every time Shockey would go walk back and forward, I would call him Jax. And then I guess like the 3rd or 4th time, he didn't like it because he gave me the finger.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I was like, yeah. And I was telling my wife, I said, oh, so awesome. And she goes, what? I said, Jeremy Shockey gave me the finger. This was back in like in 2003 or 4. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. I don't even remember what it was. Yeah, it was like this was before you would take pictures of everything with your cell phone.
That's actually kind of weird because what I know of, and I don't know him personally, obviously, Jeremy Shockey, but what I see of his personality in a way, I wouldn't think he would take that wrong. Maybe he was just having a bad day. Like Dax, I would have liked to think you'd have heard that somewhere before, brother. Big, hunky, white dude, long hair, Thor-like Viking attitude. Yeah.
I just thought it was funny though, because like I said, this was the day before your phone on your camera was so great. You could just you're not taking 20 meg pixel pictures on your phone. I had the little Nokia, and back in the day, the Nokia phones used to have the big one, but then they had this little tiny one like this. I had that one.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And that's when you had to push the button 3 times for letters, because you had to text people. That's why we didn't text people, because the fact that we were just too lazy. And I love it because I told the story to someone a couple of weeks ago, and I said, I just wish it happened now, because I would have been filming it at the time.
Oh man, yo, you just blew my mind with. Do you remember that when you'd be sitting there and you got to go hit down the thing would be blinking and you got to go.
You gotta scroll down.
Wow.
And this is when I laugh, because when people they do the little short texting, like see you, and see you later. That was invented in the early 2000s because we were too fucking lazy to try to figure out how to get the damn buttons to click. So we were just like, oh, I want to say see you later. So I'll just type in see you and an L.
Listen, do you know how long it took me to figure out what TTYL was? I thought that meant something totally different, which I'll have to text you off camera. I'm not going to say it on the stream on Sunday, but I was like, TTYL? Oh, I had that totally backwards.
Big Blue 108 says, I like the red alternative jerseys we did in 2007 and the 80s helmet. Favorite is definitely the 80s blue. I actually still have my my Aaron Pierce number 58 red jersey that I
Antonio, yeah.
Yeah, the Antonio. When I say Aaron, Antonio Pierce. Thank you. My number 58. That's still hanging in the closet. That has not been worn since 2007. That got retired.
I like the red jerseys, and Antonio Pierce wasn't the fastest guy, but I liked his.
I liked him. He came over. He came over from free agent from the Redskins. A lot of people doubted the signing when we picked him up because of the fact that he really didn't play that much in Washington. And then he became a perennial linebacker. He became part of the middle linebacker legends of the New York Giants.
Do you remember those days when we would actually bring people in and they would actually perform? Plaxico,
play well.
Antonio, it's like I feel like now we bring in guys and they're just coming to get the check.
Let's see here. Greg says Tibbs is a true linebacker. Is Tibbs a true linebacker? Do you see him as a linebacker, like a full-time line? Now, I will say he is a full-time linebacker in the Wink system,
right?
But is he a full-time linebacker in the NFL? In the humble opinion of James,
I'm going to be optimistic and I'm going to say yes, because I'm going to say that he's hopefully going to add on some more muscle, not just in the off season, and then learn more under Wink. And, once he actually starts playing and gets actually on the field experience, like I'm hoping that'll help him. But I'm not going to lie. When I look at him and the times that he was on the field in the preseason, I'm not going to lie. I was a little worried as far as his size and strength, I was a little worried, but I'm not going to, haven't seen him do anything yet. I'm not going to pour water over the man's fire before he has a chance to do anything. So let's see what he does. See what he does tomorrow. That's a good thing. Let's see what he does tomorrow. Yeah. Against the Cowboys, he knows, listen, Micah Parsons is going to be on the field, so he knows all eyes are going to be on him. If I'm a young up and coming defensive star that I think I am, I want to come out on the national stage and have people looking at me. So let's see what he does.
Did you see the thing that Parsons did a tweet on Twitter? Yeah, that would make sense. Where he posted something about the Michael Jordan flu game, because evidently Parsons is sick. He doesn't have COVID. He's just sick. So he does the flu game, and I laugh because I think to myself, nowadays they just give you some IVs and shoot you up with B12, and then you're good for 4 or 5 hours. It's not like in the day when Michael Jordan didn't go get an IV. Michael Jordan just died on the court. So
we, again, with like I said 10 minutes ago, with the comparisons, like, first of all, Michael Jordan is the GOAT of basketball.
Yep.
So
Sorry,
forget
LeBron.
the flu game. you're comparing yourself to a god. Number one, forget the fact that he was sick. So let me put it this way: Jesus sick would probably still be able to turn water into wine.
Yes.
And I'll just leave it at that.
That's a very Sunday. That's a very Sunday analogy.
Stop comparing yourself. Just be you.
There
you know,
go.
when we were growing up, I feel like it was just be you.
It's free to be you and me.
You remember what Sprite said? Image is nothing. Thirst is everything. Stop trying to emulate or compare yourself. You know, I know in social media it's so easy to do that. I just take this meme, and I just take this GIF, and I slap them together, and I put my face there, and it's me. And it's like, I get it, but no, man. Like the Michael Jordan flu game where he won the championship. Where he thinks he's gonna come here Monday night, and I mean, let's be serious. He probably is gonna get a sack on Daniel Jones.
He probably
probably is. You know, his chances of maybe getting a fumble, maybe, I don't know. But it's just, I don't know what it is with this day and age of player that in every sport, it's like, oh, like the guy in baseball who said, I'm the new age Jackie Robinson. And it's like, you didn't go through anything Jackie had to go through. Stop it.
I go back to the fact that LeBron James gave himself the nickname King James.
Before he even did anything. He was king.
And I'm sorry, LeBron. You may think you're the GOAT. Name me one shot that MJ missed when it was clutch. LeBron for years threw up bricks. In some playoff games, he deferred to Kyrie Irving instead of taking over the game himself. So I always tell people, name me one shot, big shot, going back to North Carolina, that MJ missed.
You know what I say to the Jordan LeBron debate? Because there's some people out here, you'll never convince them. You know, all I say is this. If Michael Jordan was able to handpick 2 stars that he wanted to play with on a team and then fill in all the roles around, they would have won 4 straight chips.
Yep.
They won 4 straight chips.
Yep.
If he won 3 straight with Tony and Bushler and BJ and Scotty, and if he was allowed to pick 2,
people are going to say Horace Grant. People are going to say Scottie Pippen.
Cool. Scottie Pippen, greatest wingman of all time. Hey.
But my question is this: when LeBron James retired, what happened the next year? When Scottie Pippen was the man. They got beat by the Knicks.
Phil gave the ball to Tony.
Greg says, no way, Tim. KG. Kadarius Toney's nice. It would be nice to see. You know, it'd be nice to see him on the field. It'd be nice. Greeny Green says, Wandell's arms are too short to box with Tony.
Greeny Green. I like that.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
Box with God. Yeah. I like that, Green.
I love this. Did you see the move in Carolina game for Kadarius Toney? He just needs to be on the field. Well, that's the problem. You need to be on the field. And we've said it. He had one good play.
Yeah, we got to listen. I was at the game, Greg, and I don't even remember the play you're talking about.
I remember the play, but he had one good play.
Like,
and again, I will say, and I'm not picking on Greg, but a highlight is a snapshot in a moment in time. We need longevity. We need a career. We need someone to do the same thing repeatedly 20 times a game, not once. And if I also remember one play with Tony when he got the ball and he started to dance and do his thing, and the defensive back just parked his ass in front of him. And the next thing you know, everyone started coming in and around. That's all you have to do, because he still does not know how to run routes.
Yeah, he does the Dante Hall joystick stuff too much. It's just.
Yeah. But Dante Hall did that returning punts and kicks when you can do that because you have an open field. And you can see the guys coming in front of 3D. You can see the guys coming from in front of you. So you know what's in front of you.
You know what it's like? It's like you just did the video the other day where, I think I texted you and I'm like, we've been so desperate in Giants land that the minute somebody does any 1 or 2 things, we're automatically crowning them. And it's like right now, we all love Dabo, right? We like Shane.
We got a man crush on him. I've already said it.
Hey, that's great. That's great. But I just and I'm not saying he's the same guy because he's not, but just remember how enthused we were with Joe Judge the first 4 weeks. Not you, Tim, not you, but just in Giants land. Think how enthused people were because it's like, oh, we got a tough guy. He's a nutcracker. He doesn't take any crap. Yeah, and it's like, what happened the rest of his tenure?
There was one lone holdout.
It's like let's just let these guys. Let's just get a year under their belt, even 6-8 games. Like before we love what Dabo was doing, and I love the guy so far. But I'm not going to come out here and say he's better than Parcells or Coughlin. The way some people are like hyping it up because you decided to go for 2 when the team's been garbage on the road. It's like that's the time to go for 2. So
I want to talk about Dable for a second, but I saw this from Big Blue because this actually made more sense. The wave is NYC all day. We should start it at MetLife. The wave, like the regular wave. Why wouldn't we have done a blue wave? Why wouldn't we have done a blue out?
That's what I said with Big Blue. Blue waves, right. Beach, harbor, wave. I don't know. How about every time Thibodeaux gets a sack, blue wave?
Right, something like that. See, I think that would have made more sense than doing a white wave. You're right. You got the blue wave, you got the harbor, you got
inside the cage. Cage goes in the water. You go in the water. Sharks in the water. Our shark.
They should play that in the stadium. They should play that clip.
They should play that. See, that would be funny. For those that do not know, I dubbed James Black Quint a little while ago. So he is also, if you don't follow James on Twitter, go find him at Black Quint, because you know what, that of course from Jaws. I just watched Jaws yesterday. I said the other day, James, I did a video about it. I did 2 videos, and I want to talk about this real quick. I did a video when Kadarius Toney, when Kenny G came out and said that he wasn't happy, that he was upset, and I said, you know what, I want that from a player. I want a guy, even if you're making $72 million, that if you're not on the field, that you are pissed for not being on the field, that you think you should be playing, that you think that you give the best chance for the team to win. And I got so many people came out and told me, once again, Tim, you don't know what you're talking about. You're too dumb. You've never played the game. No, I only played 3 years in college, was a graduate assistant, worked 8 years in the pros. But you know what? I know nothing. But then the next day, the Dable comes out, and this is where I got my man crush on Dable. Dable comes out and says, I'm glad he's pissed. I'm glad he's upset. Because that shows he's got a competitive nature, that he shows he's just not a paycheck. He's not Rod Tidwell. He's not a paycheck player. He wants to be on the field.
Sorry. Yeah.
No,
you're right. 1,000%. I mean, think about how would we feel if he wasn't playing and he didn't storm out the locker room and he didn't say anything to the media and he wasn't saying anything. Right. What if he was doing that Kawhi Leonard and we had no idea what he was thinking or going on? You want your guys to play. Listen, if I'm a $70 million receiver and I was the number 1 in Detroit and I had this highlights with Matthew Stafford, and then I come here to the Giants and, okay, the first year, whatever, it wasn't all that great. But then I come back the second year with a new coach and I got to see Richie, I'm always open, James and David, practice player Stills getting reps over me in games.
First of all, it's David wrong way Stills.
Well, either way, upside down still, it's just whatever, like that guy. And I'm happy for him. Like, hey, he finally made the team. He's there. That's good for them. But Richie James and David Stills are not going to blow the top off the Cowboys defense tomorrow.
Not playing against Diggs.
You can play hard all you want. You can try hard all you want. Sometimes it comes down to talent. And as much as we love what Dabo doing, I hope what he's really doing is reverse engineering Galladay to get him mad, so that when he puts him out there, he's going to want to go out there and perform and show, no, this is who I am. This is the real smooth sounds of Kenny G. And then he'll go out there and hopefully surprise the hell out of all of us. And then it'll be like, yes, that's what I got for you, coach. That's what we want.
I kind of hope, and this is for selfish reasons, I kind of hope Kenny G fails a little bit. Because of the fact, wait, hear me out. Because of the fact I have a brand new Kenny G sound effect, and it's based off of him stealing the money, and it's based off of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal.
No.
So he has to keep sucking for me to play that.
That's probably going to be good.
Took me a while to come up with this one. This is almost as good as
king of the almost sack.
It's almost good that it's Kenny G, smooth criminal.
Oh man, that's save that. Yeah, I'm actually.
So I have to kind of hope that he keeps sucking just so I can just, for selfish reasons, because there's a lot of production value went into this.
Oh man, I want to hear that, but yeah, I can't see now. Well, you know what? I want to see him do something tomorrow, though. I feel like tomorrow it would be nice to see him on Monday night.
Nice on Monday night for him to get a touchdown.
Yes. After 20 games under a $70 million contract, 72. It would be nice to see. The $2 million plus a 100-yard game and a touchdown. Wow, is that too hard to ask for? I guess so.
That's a lot. We got to give a big salute to Admiral Mutombo. I promoted Captain Mutombo to Admiral a couple of weeks back. We got a big salute to the Admiral. Permission to come aboard, Admiral. Permission granted. Irish Rover says Parsons cannot wipe MJ's Tookish. Of course not. They play two different sports. Oh my God. When you what is this? What it says? When will you allow the Cowboy fans to compare? I've already gone after the Cowboy fans because they're stupid. I watched Lawrence Taylor get drafted. I watched Lawrence Taylor retire. I've seen every snap of Lawrence Taylor's career. So I don't need to vilify them. Oh, Big Don with the super stick. Thank you, Big Don. All super stickers and all chats go to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital. And I appreciate you, Big Don. Big Don has been a supporter of the channel for a while now. I love when he gives these sticker things because I have no clue what the hell they are. But I like seeing them in my page where you look at things. I love seeing them because I'm like, I got a sticker. I don't know what the hell.
Oh yeah, it's like
it's like in like in third grade when you get a sticker and you put it on your, for doing something good, you put it on your notebook. Yeah, but thank you, Big Don. All proceeds from this from our live streams and everything go to we donate it for those that do not know, we donate at the end of the month to the Philadelphia Children's Hospital.
That's right. Wu-Tang and Tim love the kids.
I've said it before. I'm not doing this because I'm such a great guy. I'm trying to buy my way into heaven. So I figured this would be the easiest way to do it. But Big Don has been a supporter of the channel for a while now, and I really do appreciate him because not only does he help the kids as much as he can, he also leaves great comments, and he always a lot of times he joins the like the premiere videos. And it's great because he's got not only he's got good football knowledge as long as also having good Giants knowledge as well. So he's Bob Hill, Irish Rover, Greg, T Brad, Big L, Dom. There's a whole lineage and list of people that
your chat, brother. I gotta say that to cut you off, but your chat is one of the most. I don't want to say knowledgeable because I feel like people use that word too much, but just in the know of football and just overall common sense.
Yeah,
I'll say that I've seen. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm gonna wait till week 8 or 9 before I really go off on what I really evaluate. But listen, I seen a Giants YouTuber who will remain nameless for right now that said Daniel Jones has the potential to be better than Justin Herbert, and he repeated that 3 times, and people actually sent him money. So I'm just gonna say I don't care. Who
is it? Cop-Izzle?
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't
because he is a huge. I know he is a huge. Just say who it is.
Oh, it's Fisk Vegas believes that Daniel Jones is actually
he's worse than Cop. Now I give Cop credit because Cop at least Cop puts himself on the camera. Cop is the biggest one of the biggest Giant homers and Daniel Jones fans there is, and I like Cop. I've been on his show before and I like him, but he's a little delusional about Daniel Jones. But he wears it as a fan.
Yeah,
he doesn't wear it as a like he's reporting on the Giants. He does it as a fan, and that doesn't bother me because he's a fan, and he tells you he is a fan. Fisk Vegas I've never watched except for one video, and that was the Chris video, the Chris the Entertainer video, where he kind of dropped knowledge about it. And I'm going to tell you this: everything that he said about Chris is 100% accurate. I can validate a lot of the stuff that he said because a lot of it happened to me, and I got things I have Discord chats. I have people send me. I have chats actually from Chris on DMs where he's gone like crazy like a woman. So I like, I fucking care. I'm a dog walker now, but you know what?
Listen, that's a dangerous job. Lady Gaga's dog walker got shot. So be careful.
But you know, I'm always strapped. So I live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I'm carrying right now, just sitting here. So,
oh God,
I'm going to go out later. But like I said, you know, if you're predicating it as a fan, and you're crazy about Daniel Jones, and if you're on social media or Twitter, or I don't have a problem with that. I really don't have a problem with that. I think that's fine. But like I said, some people take it too. Like I said, so I can't comment on Fisk Vegas.
Yeah, no.
I've only seen one video that he has done, so I can't comment if he's doing it as an entertainment value or he's doing it as an analyst. You would know more than I would.
I think. Let me just shoot brother some bail here, because I gotta say there's not too many brothers on YouTube. Tim, you're a brother. All my brothers in the chat, we're all brothers, regardless of how you look on the outside. But I have to say this for brother Vegas. He owns it that he's a Daniel Jones supporter. He owns it. He wears it.
But like then that's fine. That's great. That's good.
But I gotta give him that. You know, he's like, it's kind of like when Melo and LeBron came out. Like, I'm a big Melo fan, and I was in the beginning, I would say, oh, Melo's better than LeBron. I was gonna die on that hill, until it became evident that LeBron is a better player.
Right.
But for him, it's the same thing. Like, he makes videos saying, and again, I'm not saying this to make fun of him, but this is just his fandom, that Daniel Jones is Tom Brady with legs. Daniel Jones is better than Justin Herbert. And I think I want to say it's his fandom. Now, it comes off a little insane, because if you're making a football video, you can't say Daniel Jones is better than Justin Herbert. You just can't say that. It's just, you can, but where I come from, you can't. That's insane.
See, but the way I see it, if you are making a fan video, if it's a fan video, like you are just like, because people will say I'm a Malik Willis nut, but I try to back it up statistically and facts and other things. So, but if you're saying it just as a fan perspective, and you're making videos about that, and you are kind of, if you're kind of like open about that I'm a Daniel Jones fan.
Yeah.
And you're nutty about it, I have more respect for that. And you could say all the weird, crazy shit you want, but I have more respect for that than people that were high on Daniel Jones. And then now all of a sudden the pendulum is swung, because now it's okay in some people's minds to say that Daniel Jones doesn't play well. So I have more respect for someone like Cop and someone like Fisk Vegas, who support their craziness, that some people will say, than people that all of a sudden just turn around and change with the prevailing wind.
Well, people follow the crowd. I laugh because there's people, when Daniel Jones first got drafted, we all had a certain reaction, especially some of y'all on YouTube. That's the good and bad thing about people like you being on YouTube, is that we can pull back videos of things that you guys have said or expressions to certain topics. And I remember people's reaction to Daniel Jones. So all of the support and all this praise and all this constant just give him a chance that came after, I knew that was fake. I knew that was all just for the camera or for whatever it's for, like that wasn't real. And now that we're in this stage where we're finally coming to the end, we're finally coming to the end of the road. Yeah, now everybody wants to pile on the rabbit, like they did in the old Looney Tunes cartoon, and just pile on him. But no, it's, Tim, you've been on here for years. I can't believe I'm saying this, for years, saying this kid is not the guy. I said to my friend, the second he was drafted, I said, we're going to suck for 4 years.
4 years, we're going to be terrible.
4 years, we're going to suck. And we're in the fourth year, and we're 2-0, but we'll see how this season ends. So, just enjoy the ride.
Enjoy it. Mike Lee said, Fisk is legit crazy with his opinions on Daniel Jones. Completely laughable, but that's okay. I hope I like I still like it. I still like the DJ. He's a opiate addicted. I always love it. Completely laughable. Tim, do you live near Bethlehem, PA? No, I don't live near Bethlehem. Bethlehem's a little far from me. Not that far, but it's a little far from here. Greg says that's a far-fetched statement, but big salute to Fisk. We got a big super chat from the Zach Attack. Zach says the Giants need to find an offense. 150 yards is no bueno. You're right. He was no bueno. And you know what? The anti Fisk, Jeffrey Abbey was right all along. Jeffrey Abbey was right. He was right all. He was like me. He was right all along. But I just want to wrap this up about YouTubers or giant YouTubers, because someone just DM'd me on Twitter. I guess they didn't want to put it in. They didn't want to put it in the chat, I assume, because that's why they DM me on Twitter. And I'm not going to say who said it because I don't know if they want me to read it out loud. And they're basically, just to summarize to this person, I will say this. I do not have a problem with people making content. And I don't have a problem with people doing whatever they want to say on YouTube. I don't. It doesn't bother me because I don't listen. I don't watch. I get reports from my wife and from James and from other people. So that's where I get my giant YouTube comments from. Yeah. But my thing is this. It's not that I don't respect what people do, like with I can't think of any of their names, but what Chris and other people do. It's not that I don't respect that. It's the fact that, well, in some ways I don't respect it, to be honest, because the fact you don't stand by your convictions. And some of these people are so wishy-washy in the same statements that they're like, well, the Giants, Daniel Jones could be good if he doesn't suck. It's like, okay, well, that's not really saying anything. And I have more respect for people like Cop and Fisk because of the fact that even if people think what they say is lunacy, they stand by it. And you have to have more respect for that because of the fact that sometimes people think we're a cult here at Online Big Blue. I mean, sometimes people think we're lunatics here. But you know what? And this goes for the majority of the people that we have in the chat. They stick by their convictions. And I respect that more. And I respect more the people that come out and say, I am a fan of this. I am a fan of this player. And the content I'm creating may not seem logical from a statistical standpoint, but I am a fan. That I respect more.
Amen. That's how it's supposed to be. You know, if you are of a certain age, then you were most likely raised like Tim, with the certain values of you can have your opinion and stand by your opinion, but if your opinion comes out to be so far left wrong, then at least have the conviction to go, oh, okay, well, I felt this way, but I was wrong. You know, you guys were right. Okay, that's cool. Let's move forward. You know, like agree to disagree, find a compromise. Like we all have opinions, but opinions, like my grandfather told me, are like buttholes. Everybody has one. And some people stink more than others. Yeah. You know, and it's just the way life is. You know, and I'm glad you said that, brother, because, you know, the fact that you get called a cult, but then when I watch other people's videos, I'm like, well, that kind of looks a little cultish to me. You know, the way certain things go down, you know, I find hilarious, you know, but it's a little cultish. And just because people send you money, it doesn't mean you're right. Right. Just because people send you super chat. Politicians get money and donations all the time. They suck. Yep. So you're right. It's the same thing. You know, like I don't care how many super chats somebody gets. I don't care how many subscribers you get. Listen, there's Satan worshipers out here that there's a channel, they have subscribers. So what does that mean? You know, R. Kelly still has fans out here. What does that mean? It's like, so, you know, let's just find, you know, after we get through this mark and this new regime actually goes, let's just find a space where we can all like come to some kind of resolution, because there's been too much division, you know, in Giants land the last few years. You know, Tim, he catches a lot of flack. I'm sure every Giants YouTuber catches their own share of flack. I'm not on YouTube. I can't speak on it. You know, it takes a lot of guts to get up here and make videos and time and effort and energy. Tim does not get paid by ESPN to do this, or the Giants. You know, he's a season ticket holder. Other Giants YouTubers, they're not paid by the Giants. Well, at least I don't think they are. But So give respect, but also, like just call it what it is.
Right.
Just be a man. Just hey, I said this for 3 years. I was wrong. Sorry, I was wrong. Hey, Tim, guess what? You came out and said that you didn't like Joe Judge. Now, if
Yep.
Joe Judge was still here and he was doing his thing, you'd have to come out and say, hey, I was wrong.
I would. And and at the end of the day, I would come out and say I was wrong. And that's the thing. Want to give a big shout out to Irish Rover for the super chat. Giving it to the kids. Thanks, Tim. Thank you. And James, content opinions. I respect both you and love your chat. I learned so much from your content. Go Big Blue. And and I hope people, people
shout out Irish.
And like I said, Irish Rover is another guy. I got to send Irish Rover an email because he wants to fly in for a game and hang out with me. And I have 2 dates, Irish Rover. I just got to email you the dates. But he's another guy that gets it, and not just gets it because he likes. And I'm not just saying this because he likes the channel. I'm not saying this because he's been a supporter. I'm saying it because if you read his comments and you read his chats, he gets it. And he understands not just from a Giant perspective, but from a football perspective.
Yeah.
And those are the type of people that you need to appreciate, and you need to appreciate and acknowledge. And I acknowledge Irish Rover all the time, because of the fact that, like I said, he understands and he gets what's going on, and not just from a football perspective and a Giant perspective, but as an NFL fan perspective. So if James and I could, drop knowledge about certain things and people get something out of it, I think that's great. I think, but you got to remember, we're not always right, and I think we steep our facts more in history. And then I think that's what Irish Rover was talking about, that we steep our facts more in history itself than we do with the reaction of, the fan, what's going on every moment as a fan. So, and I think, like I said, that's what I always, and people always go, well, you always talk about old players and old Giants and all this. Well, it's because of the fact that the NFL is rich in history. So what you may see on the field has probably been done already. You just have to go back and find it.
Yeah. And Tim, listen, Tim
is
Tim
old.
knows a lot. Yeah. Tim is like the old guy at the park that, you think like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Or he comes there to play ball, and the guy turns out he's like freaking Larry Bird with a Jordan headband. Like Tim knows a lot of stuff, and I'm not saying that because we're on his channel, on his stream. I'm saying that because I've been in his house. I've talked to this guy on the phone. I've talked to this guy off camera, and he's told me certain things that you just know from having been through life, that when somebody says certain things, it's like, oh, this guy actually knows what he's talking about, And I'm not saying like he's the only one on you, just because he's my brother and I love him. I'm not going to say he's the only one that makes that his opinions are always right. No, there's other people that make videos and they make good points, But for brother Tim, I can honestly say that no, these things that he talks about are valid. I mean, again, we have smartphones in our pockets. If Tim says something that sounds like crap, just pull up your phone and Google it. That's what I do, And I find out, and he pulls out these names of these guys, and I'm like, the F out of here. Who the hell? Oh, yeah, he played for the Giants. Holy crap. And it's like the Giants, just like the NFL. The NFL has a long history. Giants are one of the flagship franchises. We have a long history. So that's why when we say things like, the Giants have never done this or Giants have never done that, it's like we're not hating or we're not just causing. This is just what it is. So let's just all just come together more, like stop with all the hate. We've had enough of that. Like I said,
we all just get along.
Like, no, for real. I mean that, like it's so much division, and yes, I'm going to do the old man thing because I just turned 40. So I'm looking at the world differently and all that crap. I'll still punch somebody in the face. Don't get that twisted. Like you see my face, you come up to me in the street, say something crazy. No. But let's like come together more. Like we can disagree, but then also let's just come together more. Like
let's put this in the stratosphere. Let's put this in the stratosphere, James. Let's put this out there. We're gonna put this out in the air, because when you put things out in the air, this is what happens. This, to James's point, we need to come together. We need to be a cohesive Giant unit. I'm going to reach out to Talking Giants, Riverside Giants, and we're all going to come together as a chant and do a chat. Whatever.
Bro. Yeah, God damn it. We're trying to like send a piece of free and you spell their name wrong. And they're like, damn it, Sons of Army, off in his head. God damn it.
I was so close.
I love you, man. I love you, man. That's so. It's like, we're gonna send a peace offering. How do you spell his name? Screw it. Just the way I spell it.
I was so close to pulling that one off. I missed it by that much. I was so close to pulling that one off, wasn't I?
Nah, but yo, you know, at some point in time, you know, and again, we don't know all the things that go behind the scenes with the youth. You know, like you've shared some things with me. You know, I will say that I do go on other people's channels, not to spy on anything, because I like to get different forms of information. You know, I was told, you know, there's 3 sides to everything: your side, their side, and what actually happened. So, you know, you should, you know, I'm not telling anybody to go on anybody's channel, and I don't spread hate when I'm on somebody's channel. Don't, you know, I'm not in the comments being a jerk. I always shout out people. Bad Dog, I shout him out. Authentic in the Beard, who actually looks like Ryan Fitzpatrick. That dude's hilarious. Like, shout them out. You know, Chris, when one thing I'll say, like, Chris, like, I know, like you said, you've had your thing, but when the Brian Flores thing came out, he did make a video on it, which I did, you know, I respect him for that, because at least he didn't shy away from a rough topic like some people have. And I know you never do, brother, so I don't have to say that about you. You're always out in front with it. But, you know, I appreciate when people are real. You know, like I'm Black, but I love Irish people. I love Asian people. I love Spanish people. You know, that's what makes the world, you know.
Makes the world go around.
Yeah, you know. I mean, remember the Titans, y'all. Left side. You know, you know, like, come on. Like, sports is about bringing people together. That's what sports is. Teach you to have fun, be strong, try your best, but work as a team. Football is the ultimate team sport. It's the ultimate. You need 11 guys to go 3 yards.
Yep. Just ask Billy 2-Yard Taylor from the early 80s Giants, running back. Also went to the Washington Federals and USFL.
And I got people said Washington Federals. Not Redskins. Now they're the Commanders. He said Federales.
Well, the Washington Federals were the name in the USFL, where Billy 2-Yard Taylor went after his Giant career. After his career, after first Billy 2-Yard Taylor, running back, went to the Raiders, and then he went to the USFL.
Like, see, that's what I'm saying, Tim. Like, how could people? They can argue with you about some things, but the fact that you can spew that out like that, like, bro, like, you should go on like Football Jeopardy. You'd be. And
here we go, the BT Express.
Oh, Logic, what up, brother? Of course,
he is another old one. And BT Express used to be his nickname, but my father dubbed him Billy 2-Yard Taylor because of the fact that that's all Billy Taylor would ever get. You know, it always seems like he would get 2 yards. Number 38. Number 38 and number 38 in your program, number 1 in our hearts. We got OGR Sports dropping the super chat for the kids. Tim, good, lol, me, used to hate each other, lol, and now look at us. I still hate you.
There you go. See? OGR, brother. See, that's the fuck we need. You know, like, hey, you can disagree and then come, like, that's a perfect story. These guys, these guys are cool. I can't even believe that, you know?
It's all love, because at the end of the day, I'm a nice guy.
You are a nice guy. You are a nice guy. You know what it is? You just keep it real. Like, there's no, just because you keep it real or somebody's a little blunt, it doesn't mean they're an a-hole, or it doesn't mean they're out to crash your parade. It just means we call it like we see it.
That's it. And I think we're going to end it on that note. But first, you know, we have to do, everyone has to have the smooth taste of Black Rifle coffee. Pumpkin spice, the greatest coffee ever invented by man. So everyone needs to go on Black Rifles Coffee's Twitter page, DM them and say, sponsor Online Big Blue, because I want free coffee. And I've said this before, people that want me to sponsor their channel, you either have to give my subscribers something awesome or give me a big bag of money, because I will sell out for cash. I'm just being honest.
Oh God!
I got this another sponsorship opportunity from a betting website, and if you do like a $20 bet or up to like $100, things they match whatever your bet was. And I thought that was okay, but I don't want to be associated with a betting website. So that's when my wife said to me the other day, she goes, you know, is there any person that you would do it for? I mean, that you would have sponsored the channel? I said, well, Black Rifle Coffee. And they said, or anyone that gives me a big bag of money.
At least you're honest.
Literally, I will come on and say, go buy X product because they gave me a big bag of money to say this.
You would do the. I see a lot of people doing the manscape. You do the manscape.
No, I turned them down.
Oh, you did?
They gave you. I turned Manscaped down. Bet USA. They're probably going to be mad at me for saying these names, but I don't care. Manscaped, Bet USA. There was another SeatGeeks, DraftKings, and one other one. I can't remember who it was that I turned down.
You turned down Manscaped? I see a lot of people.
I turned them down a long time ago because I was like, they were like, well, you give this promotion code and they get $4 off their order. So you're giving them $4 off like a $70 order.
$70 joint, right? Yeah.
So I said, I'm not going to sell out for that. I'm going to sell out for something good.
Not for that.
You know, like if Harley wants to come and give me a bike, you know, I'll say, hey, listen, I am pitching Harley A because I love them and because B because they gave me a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? And OGR with another super chat. So would you sponsor another Giants channel if they gave you a big bag of money? Yes. If Riverside Giants came here with a big bag of money and said sponsor our channel, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I would.
I want to make a joke, but I'll text it to you. I'm not going to say it all that.
Say it. There's only 33 people left. Only friends are left in the chat.
Nah, I'm going to tell you right now. There's sometimes I come on here and I get way too comfortable because I'm talking to you. I'm in my man cave. I'm here. Good brothers in the chat. I love everybody here. There's certain things that come to my mind and I'm like, I can't say that. And I'm like, I need to stop. Thank God the little guy right here is like, whoa. Don't let that fly. Don't let that fly. But
so we've learned that James has a filter. This is what we learned today. James has a filter, and I will sell my soul for cash on YouTube.
The white guy said, "You said I'm selling out, baby."
Listen, I am 100% honest. You pay me, I'll say whatever the hell you want. If another giant YouTuber drops it comes into like the chat and drops like $1,000 and tells me for a month I have to extol the virtues of the channel. Riverside Giants, the best channel of giant YouTuber you could get.
Yo, come on, man! You're making him sound like a baseball team. Riverside Giants.
I'm good. I'm good,
man. Oh my God, we have too much fun here.
If Talking Giants comes and gives me $1,500 to say everything how great they're on my channel every day.
Oh my God, man!
I will start off with. Everyone, Fireside. Talking Giants is the greatest giant channel in the world. This is Tim. This is Online Big Blue, bringing you the best New York Giants sports talking terror. Go watch. I already forgot the name.
Capitalism, kids.
Capitalism is king. People that say that money is the root of all evil never had money because money makes the world go around.
Yeah,
that's all it is. At the end of the day, you need money to do everything.
Unfortunately, you're right.
That's it. So if I'm selling out for my family, then call me a sellout.
Yo.
The last 10 minutes of the show always goes way the wrong way. Show me the money. Show me the money.
As it should when you're among friends.
It's a family motto. Are you ready for this, Jerry? Are you ready? Show me the money. Show me the money. Can you feel it, Jerry? Can you feel it?
That's such a good thing because Tom is sitting there in office and he's like, "What? What do you want? What? I'll do anything. I'll do it. Whatever."
I love it. Say it. I love the black man. Show me the money.
Tom Cruise is a great actor, man. That little, he's a great actor, man.
On that note, we'll have a giant video tomorrow, maybe. We'll have a giant video tomorrow. We're going to talk about what the Giants are going to do. I want to thank Big James. I want to thank everyone. It's the Quan. Irish Rovers dropping the Quan. I want to thank Mike Lee. I want to thank Big Blue. I want to thank the Razzle, the great OGR Sports sitting in there. We got We got JoJo Capone. We got Razzle Great, the one guy there. We also have, I mentioned Irish Rover. We got a bunch of people there. Zach Lee, Zach Attack, Mike Lee. Everyone else that has hung out this long. I want to thank James for coming in. We are gonna get out of here because you know what? I got some stuff that I gotta do before it rains. So you know what? We'll have a giant video tomorrow. James, I want to appreciate and thank you for coming in. And you know what, guys? As always, we appreciate everyone. We appreciate you. We love everyone, and we'll see you on Monday. Let's go, Big Blue and Riverside Giants.
Peace.